Alright guys, welcome back to the channel Indie Traveler, and I'm here today to meet a friend of mine who has got a permanent job in UK, and I am here to interview her and ask questions. How did she get the job and everything? So we are in conversation with a friend of mine, Bani, and I'm going to interview her in this video. So let's get to it.
Hi guys. So my name is Bani Kohli. I was studying at the University of Stirling recently. I have done my MSc in psychology. I'm originally from Chandigarh in India, and I've recently got a job as an assistant psychologist.
Like permanent job, yeah?
Yes. So
Right.
I guess we're going to find out more about
Yeah,
that today.
let's talk about that. So first and foremost thing, because me being master student as well, I had my dissertation. I already completed 2 semesters, and now I started applying for a job. I think it's really difficult part of the the entire process of studying, like coming to UK and studying, that getting a job and to apply for a job, all of this is so important. So I'm here with her, with Bani, to find out how she applied for the job and how did she landed a job, like, because there are so many applications, so many people applying all around the globe, and they want to work in UK, they want to get a permanent sponsored job. So I'm here in conversation with Bani to find out more about how to get a permanent job. Right, Bani, first question I would like to ask you is, how was your experience studying in UK in general?
Right. So I would say that I've had a very mixed experience,
Right.
which is because I chose to come at a time where the country was in lockdown. I
Yeah.
came in October 2020. So the country was still in lockdown, the university was shut, and we were told that it would be a sort of blended learning situation.
Yeah. Because
But
that's where most of the people like deferred.
Yes.
And I was one of them.
yes, and I was not one of them, and
Yeah.
I chose to came at a time where, of course, COVID was still happening.
Yeah.
And so I ended up doing my entire course online,
Right.
which is, I would say, not a fun experience, but I would say it gave me time to develop myself as an individual. It gave me more time to work on myself, work
Yeah.
on the academics at my own pace,
Yeah.
find time to build my CV up, which I would say I would be starting from scratch today if I hadn't had that time, because if I was involved with the course,
Yeah.
involved with academics, coming to uni every day, I wouldn't have got that time to build my CV up as well as I did. So even though I would say I missed out on the university experience and all of that, I still had time to give to sort of enhance my own abilities and build that experience towards getting this job.
All right. So most of the people who come here, like, they have a question that when do we start applying for the jobs? Because it's like very tricky. If you're coming for masters, right, you don't have really enough time for to do a lot of things. So you are like in a packed schedule, and you have to do a lot of things in it. So what do you think, according to you, because you've landed a job? So what do you think is the best time, or when did you started applying for the job?
Right. So I would say from personal experience, you
Right.
should start applying for jobs as soon as possible. I'm not saying come to the country and start applying for jobs,
Yeah.
of course not. But I would say a good time to start applying is when you're in your last semester. So when you think you're going to start working for your dissertation
Yeah.
and things are going to get heavy, I think that is the best time to start applying.
Yeah.
Because my course, my dissertation and everything, it finished in October last year, and it's taken me so much time to land a job. So you can
Yeah.
see it's clearly a 6 to 7 month process.
Yeah.
So I would say it's best to start as early as possible.
Right. So it is also best to start after dissertation or during dissertation, because you know the topic, right? And you can like write about your dissertation in your resume or CV.
Absolutely.
And it will help you a lot to land a job, basically.
Absolutely, because research in any field is given a lot of importance in
Yeah.
the UK. So if you know what you're researching on, what your dissertation topic is going to be, use it as a selling point.
Yeah.
So try to put that in your CV, show you have that expertise, and
Right.
that is what you're working on. So it really adds.
Coming to the third question, how did you landed this job? Like, how difficult was it, and what was the process, or like what did you go through to land this job?
Right. So I would say it has been a long and tiring process.
Yeah, it is.
Of course, it hasn't been easy. I would say I've easily applied to 50 to 100 jobs.
Yeah.
And some of them I still haven't heard back from, because people don't get back to you as early as you would like them to.
Yeah.
So you send in your application, you wait for them to respond, and more often than not, like if you apply to, let's say, 20 companies, out of them, one of them is going to get back to you and tell you, okay, let's proceed even to the next stage, let's do an interview. Most of them are just going to like reply back and say, no, sorry, we don't have position available, or you don't have enough experience, or you're not suitable for the position, or we've already filled the position. So you have to keep going. You need to know not to give up. You need to look at the rejection as, okay, this wasn't meant to be, something better will come along. And then you get a few interviews, you give those interviews. Of course, not all of them are going to work out. For me, I would say I was lucky enough. This was the second interview I gave and I got the job. But I have friends who have struggled and struggled. They've given 10 interviews, 20 interviews, still facing rejections. But at the end of the day, they have gotten a job as well. So I would say persistence is key. Keep applying, keep giving interviews, keep putting yourself out there, and it'll happen.
Eventually you'll land a job like her. Coming down to the fifth topic, which is, do you have any tips for the people who are going to be applying the jobs, or who are like planning to come to UK or anything like that?
Yes. What I would say is that make sure to add as much as you can to your CV, right? Try to put in as many points as possible, but don't overdo it as well. Don't try to sell yourself too much. See what is important for what job and try to put that out there. And also, even if you think it's a small achievement that you don't think much of, it might mean much more to the employer. And also, I would say that read the job description well. Read about the company, what they're looking for, so that when you're writing a supporting statement along with your CV, you can make sure to like use those keywords, use those pointers, because when they're screening your application, they might look, okay, does this person possess this quality? Has this person done this? So I think that really helps. So that is one tip for sure.
Like working on your resume.
Absolutely. Work on your resume, work on your supporting statement, make it as strong as possible. And also just keep applying.
Consistency.
That's exactly. Consistency, hard work, and be honest. Don't try to overdo it. Don't try to say that you've done things that you haven't. Yeah, because
they are like really strict about it.
They're very strict about it, and then they might ask for proof. Like, okay, where's the proof that
I mean,
you've done
I
this?
think they do ask for proof.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do cross-check. They do cross-check. Where did you work?
Yeah. So
everything.
I would say just be honest and try to sell your own abilities.
Right. Coming down to our last topic, which is, what is the salary, or what should be the expectation for freshly graduate in terms of salary?
Right. So I would say don't have high expectations, of course, because you're just getting out there. This is going to be your first proper full-time job. So don't start with very high expectations, but also don't sell yourself short, right? An average fresher graduate can earn anywhere from about £20,000 a year to £30,000 a year, maybe more. It also depends on your field, your specialization, the kind of company you're working for, whether it's a small company, whether it's a huge corporate, it's an MNC. So it absolutely depends. But one key is that whenever they ask, always ask for more. Like maybe if you ask for, let's say 26, maybe they'll give you 20. If you ask for 35, maybe they give you 30. But also don't like be over ambitious, because you know your value, right? You know that you're worth 25 and you ask them for 35, they'll be like, this person is too overconfident, we don't need this. So don't keep expectations high, but also don't sell yourself short.
Fair enough.
So all the best to everyone out there who's taken the time to look at this video and watch the video. And I hope you've liked it. I hope the information has been insightful. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, and thank you.
And support the channel.
Yes.
Alright guys, see you soon in the next video.